Welcome to Jyotistito Vidyapith. Buying a piece of land, it's so much more than just a financial transaction, isn't it? According to the ancient science of Vastu Shastra, that moment is when you're actually getting the blueprint for your family's entire future. A future of health, wealth, and happiness. If you get this first step right, you're setting the stage for a life of prosperity. But if you get it wrong, well, even your best efforts can fall short. So, you're thinking about building your dream home, right? It's a dream so many of us have, a sanctuary for our family. But here's the thing, that dream doesn't start with the bricks and the mortar. It starts with the earth itself. The piece of land you choose is without a doubt the single most critical decision you'll make. So, how do you choose wisely? Vastu Shastra gives us a guide. Okay, let's dive into this. At the very heart of Vastu, there's this really profound concept called Sthal-tattva. What this teaches us is that land isn't just, inert dirt. It's seen as a living, breathing entity. It's a part of the Earth's essence, and it has its own energy, an energy that has the power to directly shape the destiny of every single person who lives on it. So this isn't just real estate. It's about forming a relationship with a living force. Okay, so where do you even begin with all this? Well, it starts with two of the most basic but absolutely crucial elements of any plot of land, its shape and its orientation. Before a single foundation stone is even laid, Vastu insists that the very geometry of the land dictates the flow of energy that's going to define your home. Now, what's really interesting here is how simple the logic is. Vastu says that stable, predictable shapes like squares and rectangles create a container for stable, predictable energy. And what does that translate to? Financial security, family harmony. But on the flip side, irregular shapes like a sharp triangle or an L-shaped plot can create chaotic energy patterns, and that can lead to unexpected challenges and instability. There's even a shape called Gajprish, which is cow-shaped, and that is considered super auspicious for attracting prosperity. Now, just as important as the shape, maybe even more so, is the direction the plot faces. And in Vastu, this is a huge deal. The undisputed king of all directions is northeast, a direction known as Ishankon. This is seen as the source of divine energy, and it's said to bring all around prosperity. East-facing plots, they're fantastic for health and positivity. North-facing plots, they're like magnets for wealth and new opportunities. Now, this doesn't mean west or south-facing plots are automatically bad, but they demand very, very strict adherence to other Vastu rules to balance out their energies. Alright, so we've covered the big picture, the outer form. Now, let's dig a little deeper, literally. Vastu teaches that the land itself actually speaks to us. It gives us clues about its nature and its energy through its physical characteristics. It's all about learning how to read these subtle signals from the earth. I want you to think of the slope of the land as a literal highway for energy. Ideally, you want a plot that has a gentle slope down from the south towards the north, or from the west towards the east. This creates this perfect open channel for positive energy, luck, and opportunity to just flow right into your life. But a plot that's higher in the northeast, that can act as a barrier, and that could bring obstacles and misfortune. And the soil, well, that's basically the land's health report card. What you want to see is light yellow or brown soil. And if it gives off a pleasant, kind of sweet smell, that's a really powerful sign of fertility and prosperity. But if the soil has a foul odor, or if it's mixed with all sorts of garbage and debris, consider that a major, major red flag. That land is just not healthy, and you definitely don't want to build your home on it. Okay, now we're getting into some of the most serious warnings in Vastu, things you absolutely have to look out for. If, when you're digging, you uncover bones, this isn't just a sign, it's a definitive message. The land is holding on to a really deep negative energy from its past, and that makes it fundamentally unsuitable for building a peaceful home. And the warnings, they don't stop there. What if you discover ash or coal? This suggests a history of turmoil or fire, an energy that is the exact opposite of the tranquility and stability you want for your family's foundation. It's another really clear signal to just look elsewhere. And finally, maybe the most direct warning of them all. If you find clumps of hair, or worse, broken idols buried in that soil, the message from Vastu is crystal clear. This signifies an intense accumulation of negative energy, and there are no remedies for this. The advice is simple and absolute. Walk away immediately. So you have to remember, a plot of land isn't an island. It doesn't just exist in a vacuum, right? It has a past, it has a memory, and it's surrounded by a living environment. Both of these things, its history and its neighborhood, profoundly influence the energy it holds today. Vastu tells us that land with a positive history, think old gardens, fertile farmland, or places where families previously lived in peace, it holds on to that good, life-affirming energy. But on the flip side, you want to avoid land near places that are associated with heavy or chaotic energies. Being close to a crematorium, a hospital, or even a butcher shop can fill your land with energies of turmoil and sorrow, and that can be a constant obstacle to your peace and progress. Okay, that was a lot to take in, right? Shape, direction, soil, slope, surroundings. So how do we pull all of this together into something you can actually use? Let's build a simple, actionable checklist for the perfect Vastu-compliant plot. So if you really want to find that perfect, most auspicious, most fortunate plot of land, here it is. Your ultimate 4-point check. First, look for a square or rectangular shape for stability. Second, you want to make sure it faces north or ideally northeast. Third, check for that gentle slope down towards the northeast, keeping that corner open and low. And finally, make sure the surrounding environment is calm, clean, and positive. This combination, this is the master key to unlocking the life of prosperity. There's this ancient Vastu saying that just sums it all up perfectly. Where the northeast is open, misfortune cannot last. It really drives home the idea that by keeping this divine gateway clear, you're ensuring that any negativity that comes into your life has a quick way out, and prosperity has a permanent place to stay. So as we finish up, it's worth asking yourself this. A home is the biggest investment most of us will ever make. Not just financially, but emotionally and spiritually too. So before you build your future, just take a moment to really consider the foundation it's going to rest on. Is the land you choose setting you up for a life of success or a life of struggle? According to Vastu, that choice is in the very ground beneath your feet.
Thank you for watching the video. If you like the video, be sure to subscribe to the channel and stay with us by liking, sharing, and commenting.